talk about your God, look at what you doing. Acting like a bitch, losing all your emotion. So another said the God is a bitch. Yes, I said the motherfucker's a bitch. You said that you talk so much about Kemet. I don't give a fuck about that because it's all man-made shit. You don't see me turned up and going crazy and putting your name. Oh, Judah said this. I don't give a fuck.
Shaka. I don't give a fuck what Ramesses said. I'm Sarnetta. Ramesses was just another man, bro. I don't worship them motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what Ramesses said. I don't give a fuck what Akhenaten said.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill just have a different ideology than me, but he's still a brother. That 14-year-old African is an African. He's not my brother. He's not my people, period.
You're wrong. You don't know. Everybody on my circuit, they against the Israelites. We hate the Israelites. We can't stand their doctrine.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. You know, maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, you know, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape, or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you have a member
standard?
in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books. But Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all already.
This how I know you taking a strong. This how I know you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lot of.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No,
you still support
what remains the same?
Guilty.
But what remains the same, though?
That he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty. But he also
Polite was not found guilty.
I'm not saying don't support him, though. Right.
Brother, you said if the brother come on my channel, you done.
Wait.
And you know you got me, man. You got me. I said, all right, brother.
That's right. But what is that part? That part is talking about until the trial is over. I didn't say after the trial is over, if he's found innocent, don't deal with him. That's not what I said.
Right, okay.
So again, the two don't match. What you're trying to match up just don't match. So I ran down that whole brother's trial already. His how he was found guilty. I ran all of that down already. So that scenario is not the same.
Right. Okay. All right, brother.
All right, peace and black power family. Welcome to another Sarnetta TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. This is your brother Sarnetta. I am your host, and I'm bringing in another heavy hitter. You brothers and sisters better be ready when we build this wall, this Kemetic wall. Oh my God, ain't nothing stopping. We bringing in another young brother. He's a scholar. You one leave, 5 more come in. Reggie leave. 5 more come in. You know what I'm saying? Garfield leaves and turn his back on Kemet. 10 more come in. We already got Chris Harris. We bringing in another brother who is awesome, who is powerful. I would say I don't know, between him and Jabari, I would say they probably right here until I see the brother's work and ethic, and if he can handle the ring, getting in, or the battlefield, or whatever, anybody that come at him, if he can deal with that pressure, I think he can, because he's killing. And so without any further ado, I bring to you my brother, Shaka, in the building. What's up, Shaka? He runs the channel of Maat Forever. So if y'all are aware of that, make sure you go and subscribe to Maat Forever channel. Go over there and show some love for our brother. Peace and black power to you. Hotep. Shaka, what's happening, man? Unmute yourself.
Hotep Sen-E Sanera,
Yeah.
thank you for the invitation. I just want to greet the people as I usually do. Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, Iti, Ren Ishaka and Gukemet. I hope you're doing well. Bonjour, Sak Passe, Mote, all that good stuff.
Damn, don't y'all hear that? Don't that sound beautiful to your ears, man, right there? Just to hear him go in on that. I know he dealing with knowledge, man.
Have you ever met the Father Banger?
No, I've seen him. I've seen him, but I'm not acquainted with him.
Well, you seen him on YouTube?
But brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with.
Well,
it doesn't hold any bearing with your scholarship.
Listen, I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced. Okay?
What is your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nicknamed you Butler.
So Sanetta, so you allow this person to talk about, I carry Sanetta's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for Sanetta as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and Sanetta called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any backbone.
You know.
The Semitic Allah burning down tells us was a black God represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere. But you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check. It's going to come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it. If you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now, finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the God of the Arabized Negroes, which first is El, but somehow, some way becomes Allah. But that's up to y'all. That's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical King's Seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the King Hezekiah, and here we have an Ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible, El, slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic Narrative Poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masria in the Prophetic Literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine.
Okay. Give me one moment. There's another thing I want to check. Another thing I want to check, actually. Okay. Let me do a microphone check. Do a microphone check. It's a bit loud, isn't it? A little bit. Dang, why is it so loud? I guess baby girls are not here making noise. No TV. Oh, maybe it's the volume on mine. No, the volume is not that loud. Well, most important is that you can hear me. Okay. Hotep Senu Hena Senut I Tiren I Shaka Nugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Chris MVP Harris called me last month ready to go at Sanetta. Who's in the place to be? V. Bennett is in the place to be. He wrote, oh, snap. Serious? Wow. Andrew Brunet is in the place to be. V. Bennett wrote, tonight. Sanetta is going to be like, hey, yo, Chris, If you don't tell me why you call him tonight, you're going to be in the streets. The hunter wrote, laughing my behind off. Andrew Abunnet emphasizes that, yes, tonight. Bennett wrote, damn, Sanetta have the most interesting internet crew. He has an infallible team with snakes, cutthroats, turncoats. Love Me Frozen the place to be. Andrew Burnett says that he sounds good to her. Killer B, what's up, my man? What's up, man? We were chopping it up on his channel earlier. Hero Killer B never sleeps. And he still wants that smoke. He wants the smoke with all the Hebrews. He wants videos, man. You guys are afraid of him. I mean, dang. On the internet, it's probably the guy that nobody wants to. I mean, particularly the Hebrews Lights, man. Oh, bloody hell. Now, the Think Twice podcast wrote, brother, you are brilliant. Leave all the mess alone. No mess, no mess. There's no mess right here. No mess at all. The hunter wrote, that's crazy. Chris? Love Me Foes laughing. Kirby wrote, I believe it. When he get hurt, he looks for help instead of busting his own gun. I'm sure Kirby loves this title indeed. Now, people know that I'm not bluffing. People know that whenever I have a title, it's not sensationalism, and I don't bluff. Now, let's see what happened. This is very recent.
You know, Smash Rock.
Hold on, Chris Harris is here. Can you please use your webcam, Chris? Chris is here. Can you please use your webcam, brother? Because some people they do strange stuff.
Because for me, I don't find this stuff that deep.
Yeah.
For me, I don't find anything about what I can gain to be that deep where I need to be saying F somebody's mother, F somebody's child, and all of this stuff. I don't find it that deep.
Is that you, Chris? Let's see the voice.
Yeah. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah,
man?
good,
Feel free to
man.
speak, Chris. Feel free.
Yeah, why is my name in the title, Shaka?
Because you were on the panel yesterday when Sa said he doesn't give F about my daughter, and Sa just said that I'm befitting on my daughter. So
Okay, yeah, I went on there yesterday. I went on there because I wanted to go after the pseudo killers when he said that. Yeah. When he was saying that, yes.
Yeah, and you didn't say Jack, Now,
well, here's the thing, Shaka. Here's the thing, Shaka. Let me explain something here. And this is why I said I don't get involved in the YouTube beef stuff.
Brother,
and I'm still not gonna get involved in that. Here's
good. Bye then. Do your thing. Now, we can see his character and his integrity. He's talking about decorum, but he doesn't give a damn. He was on the panel when the dude said he doesn't give a F but much.
So you heard that he was an N? Yeah. Oh, hold on. You heard that he was like, yeah, N. Now, when the church apologist 5% to call me a B in the chat, I put it up on the panel. He ain't said Jack. I only replied to the dude. He went, come on, guys. But he's on the panel. The dude's talking smack about my daughter, saying that I'm touching on her. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a fast exit, So that was just for the record. Now, what else? What else? Yeah, he spoke up for him, even lying for the dude, saying, no, he's no Dagger Squad, but I played it. What did Rob Bone say? I'm a founding member of Dagger Squad. You know what I'm saying? Now, just a reminder. See this video right here? You see the title? Is it showing? post-Pastor Bennett debate. Chris MVP Harris, you have my support. People are clowning him, saying he should be banned for a year, banned for 6 months. Some people said he should never be back on the HOK. And I express my support. I'm just going to play a few seconds, you know.
So you mean to tell me you're going to roll with somebody for years?
That was 9 months ago, you know, as you can see here at the bottom.
And then one day he has a debate and he is labeled as the person that lost the debate. And now all of a sudden you're not down with the person anymore? Or you're just going to watch some videos of people making fun of him and calling him all kind of names. And now all of a sudden you're not going to be down with him? Do you think that's how the Christians and the Hebrew Israelites and the Muslims get down? No, that's not how they get down. Now they might be disappointed. They might be sad. Yes, it is what it is. But they're not going to outright reject their brother. You understand what I'm saying? Because now it's funny. It feels like, you know, because the pastor apparently would have had the upper hand, you feel like so many people are ready to convert to Christianity now. You
know? All right. So that was just for the record, you know. Texas Palm wrote, hello, what is going on with these people? Kidda B wrote, he let Kunsu do me like that too, and he didn't say jack. Now, another instance where I showed my support. There it is. You see the title? Chris MVP Harris responds to Reggie. Now you see on the screen what you see on the screen. It says, that's the message of Reggie. See, I am working to make sure that you, Chris Harris, do not get a debate with any major scholars, the platforms. I guess he meant in the platforms that I am on. When you had a personal problem against Pastor Bennett, I took your side. Reggie was in his panel a few days ago, for the record. You did not tell me, I'm sorry, you did not tell the people you sent me $5. You have told the people that you sent me money. As one who spends hours and hours in museums and libraries, and you purport to be a scholar, either you contribute something substantial or not contribute at all. So here, Chris talked about this, that he gave a donation to Reggie and Reggie sent it back because Reggie felt like he wasn't enough money. I mean, you can see the mindset of the butler. Back then, he was a proud beggar. Now he take anything. You can send him, if it's possible to send 20 pennies, or he would take it with gladly, because it's really begging out of control now, you know. So you can even hear Chris reading that message.
He says, you purport to be a scholar. Either you contribute something substantial or not contribute at all.
All right, so for the record, all right? Now, before I forget, let's talk about decorum. See how you dress a sister. This is a video. I could be the witch finder. Now, Vibenet Road Reggie is on the Cheetah Loin debate circuit, and he added the Harlem sect. We have Ura'i bin Yarub, who wrote them. I had a conversation with him, well, a person with the same avatar, on Smash Rockwell live stream. And he was of the opinion that it's not possible for the ancient Egyptians to be black and the people in the surrounding areas to be Caucasoid, even though we do have depictions of them. But, you know, hey, we never agree on everything. But I don't know if you remember we had that convo back then. I forgot if towards the end he got a bit heated, but, you know, hey, that happens. Texas Bama wrote, wow. So this video here, let's just hear that, you know, so I can get this out of the way, because otherwise I'm going to forget to play that part. Have I shared it already? Not yet. So let me share it. Let's hear it. So the volume is very low, but he told his sister, "You're masculine AWS." And what else is gonna say?
Lying ass nigga. Yeah, thick lip ass hoe.
Thick lip ass hoe. Yeah, that's the quorum, I guess. So that being said, I'm sure most of you ain't here to hear that. You ain't there to hear that, right? You see the title, like, oh, he called you last month, ready to go at Sanetta? Man, get to the point, bro. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I get it. Check this video out. See this video? Bro Sanchez is a Satan advocate, Lucifer, demon. Now, is it showing well? Yeah, I guess in full screen it's okay. You know, on my end it's okay. So, streamed March 15. You see? Now, you know that usually I live stream at 4 p.m. EST, which is 10 p.m. my time. And right now the timestamp is 2:40. So it means I was live streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So it was around midnight, past midnight, right? So on my phone, it's going to show March 16. You understand? Now, some of the members, the supporters, they're going to remember that live stream.
Yeah, no, keep going, bro. Keep going.
Keep going.
And Rygo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have an understanding of certain formats. I understand that
I'm seeing something.
Pyramid, that those pyramids there in Egypt are not the only ones. The ones in Guatemala, right? The ones in I can share my screen and we can go right through Google Earth and we could just go through each and every single one of them. Each pyramid.
Yeah, I was saying I would like.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I would like to hear more about that, like your explanation on the whole water drop thing. You know, so you think you have like a concept or conclusion of how they build the pyramids?
Right.
Well, I mean, there's evidence of certain situations, like if you go to rate back up permanent and document seriously mattered. You know, I'm in that rock.
So usually when I'm on the phone for a long time,
another device.
There it is. I remove the
webcam.
webcam.
Just follow up with the question because even I understand
just like I
what
did with
you're
the
saying.
elder. You know what I'm saying? Now check the timestamp. Now we are 2 hours 44 minutes. The phone call lasted for a good while. And unfortunately, people started arguing. So we are 2 hours 44, 250, 3 hours, and around 3 hours and 5. So that's, you know, roughly 40 minutes or so, you know.
I don't want to hear it. Take a minute.
Hold on.
Okay, so I agree. So if it's his platform, why is he not here defending it then?
He let me in. He let me in. I was in the background.
And indeed, I was on the phone. I saw the sister, Andrea Bruder, so I put her on the panel, miss. But my headset was like this. And I heard people talking, and I thought they were just, you know, having a convo, chatting it up. But then when I put my headset back on, I'm like, there, and check my reaction.
And he had to let me in.
There he is, Shaka.
So
how are you, Shaka?
Quiet,
real, Shaka?
Please.
Hold on. What's going on? I was actually on the phone. Situation
I'm sure Shaka, you was away. You was on the phone. No problem.
Shaka.
Wow.
Let me tell you something, right?
Shaka, like, can you hold on? Let him speak.
Okay, so now you know who I was on the phone with. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a way. I ain't gonna reveal anything crazy. The phone number is not gonna show. I don't get down like that. Oh, snap. Hold on. I'm not going to do this. Okay, it may not show well. You know what? I'm going to remove the virtual background. All right. Yeah. Then it's going to show. So let's remove the virtual background. All right, nothing crazy showing in the house. Okay. Ah, that's better. Now you can see Samedi is Saturday. Février is February. So Saturday, February 25th. Hotep, JJ tried to bang on you on my current live stream talking about your master's degree. He didn't reply, Jack. All right, it is what it is. I ain't losing sleep over it. Vendredi is Friday. Mars is March. Friday, March 3rd, he was live streaming. There was no sound. Several people were telling him in the chat, but he was not looking at the chat. So I sent him a text message. Then, even said, oh, no sound. Maybe he received it. He didn't even say, oh, thanks, or good looking at anything. I'm like, all right, okay, I'm losing sleep over it. Thursday, March 16, remember what I've shown you. The live stream started March 15, but you remember I start at 10 p.m. usually, which is 4 p.m. EST New York time, and it was over 2 hours. So then it became Thursday 16 for me. Look what I see. You see that? 0039. Remember, that was about 2 hours 40, right? Yo, call me. See? You see? And I reply, I'm live streaming right now. I'll call you right after. And the funny thing, he says read. L-U means, is from the verb to read in French, to lire. It basically means, it means read in French, R-E-A-D. And that's something I didn't even notice before. It's telling you when the text message has been read. Now, I told him I'm live streaming right now. I'll call you later. I'll call you right after. Then he wrote, no, call me now. Then he added, seriously. You see? So that's when I called him. Okay, here I have to hide the phone number because I want you to see that it is. See? All right, so you see this. And March 16, right? The first call, 40 minutes long. He told me after we spoke for 40 minutes, call me back after the show. And this time, no, not 40 minutes long, sorry. 24 minutes long. But it was at midnight 40. Then at 2 a.m. after the last stream, I called him. This time it was much brief. You see? All right. So you can see what happened there. Now, let me put the good stuff. All right. So I think he probably failed to let people know, yes, receipts upon receipts, yes. Let me see. Let's see what people say. Oh, dang. I never cared for the whatever that Chris conducts himself. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. So Chris called the Black Queen a big lip black hole. Where's that in Maat? It's even more shocking the second time you hear it and let it marinate. Chris put Solomite debate trophies in the trash because he got embarrassed. Wait, is that a call from Chris Harris? Bring it back towards you, Shaka. It's too close to the screen. Yeah, that's when, put it back in front of your face, text some script. Yeah, this dude. Oh, Frenchie got them receipts. I like that phone, Shaka. Yeah, look like a note phone. I would say which kind of phone it is, but some people are going to trip and say, man, I ain't going to give him any super chat. I ain't going to make any donation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he looks like he's living it up. Now, receive spawn receipts. I hope you recorded it, but if you did, hold that info for yourself. The phone calls, no, I don't get down like Shaka Amos and Sanetta. Now, Sanetta, maybe some people didn't see it, but if I'm not mistaken, he said as well that he records the phone calls. You know what I'm saying? But he did reveal to everybody that Shaka Amos recorded them, and then Shaka Amos said it live on the air. You know what I'm saying? To act like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know if he said it before. If I knew, I wouldn't have called him. Receipts on deck, yes. So I didn't watch his live stream when he addressed me. Right after, I was like, okay, it is what it is. Now I know how he gets down. All right, doesn't care. But I was told he talked about Crips and Bloods. If I was in America, Crips and Bloods, and DC. I'm like, what? Hold on, this is a Siri thing. Crips and Blood? Like you want to act like, like in the street tough guys in the street, just know how we move, how we roll. Well, man, me and Sal been going at each other like about 6 months ago, man. The dude never came back on my platform after all the time that I supported him. Right? And lost sleep over that. But then when he had some problem, guess who he called? See, Shaka Amos, for example. He told Sanetta straight up what his grievance was.
And Shaka, did you get your money, your $1,000 from
I didn't get nothing yet. I was supposed to get it before the debate. That's what happened with me and Jabari, why we didn't have a debate. I was told one thing and something else happened.
And I think that was the same day. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can feel free to ask him, yeah, what did you talk about? What did you talk about? Why did you call him? You know what I'm saying? The laws are different in each state. In Texas, you can record someone without their consent as long as you're part of the convo. But in NY, you have to get the other person's consent. I ain't tripping on that, but there was no consent in NY. But I think that if you're part of the convo, you can record it. I mean, what are they going to do? Now, if you publish it, it's different without the person's consent. But still, if you're part of the convo, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping on that. It's just, I didn't know. And I'm like, okay. Chris is another thug. You're doing too much. We don't believe you. You need more people. Now, I don't know if he talked about thug. Like I said, I didn't watch his response or whatever, his address, whatever. But I was just told, man, he talked about Crips and Bloods. I'm like, what? Like, you had a problem with, oh, by the way, he told me, well, if blah, 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 we're going to go in on him. Chris, am I lying? See, people like the juicy stuff. We have 61 people watching right now. I don't buy both, so those are organic people watching right now. Am I lying, Chris? The same one who said, let me tell you something, I know the beef tube. We heard that he called, what did he call the sister? Thick lip what? Hold on. Where's it coming? Big lip black hoe. Now, Does he have a problem with big lips? Talking all black talk. But anyway, the one who said, I want to do the beef tube, he was ready to do the beef tube. And he said, we're going to go at him. He said, we're going to go at him. Have you seen the movie Get Rich or Die Trying? There's a scene where the guy who rolls with Majestic, and he also rolls with Marcus, but I forgot his name in the movie. He's in the car with the rapper, you know what I'm saying? The rapper who's like most likely from the suburbs. And he plays the diss track towards him by Marcus, portrayed by 50 Cent. And he says, you know, this can get me killed, or this can end my career. And he says, we got to stop it from getting out. And the other guy looks at him and goes, we? The guy knows me because, I mean, you know, me and Sa had a situation. I let Sa know what my grievances straight away, like anybody else. No special treatment. It was the same with Reggie. It was the same, you know, with the squad. It was the same with everybody. I keep it fair game. But he has a situation with Sa. He calls the same guy that he totally ignored and never got on the panel again. You know what I'm saying? So instead of talking about, oh, you're in the street, who gives a blood, you know what I'm saying? Hey, deal with the guy you have a problem with, but he was ready to do beef tube then. Chris, you are a snake, man. You are a snake, man. You are a snake. All right? I mean, I'm all the way in Europe, man. You call the guy in Europe because somebody didn't do right by you. You see the movie Fences? When the son said, Dad, how come you ain't never liked me? He says, come here. Straighten up. Why do you think I go to work every day? Why do you think I put clothes on your back and feed you? Because you love me? You must be one of the biggest fools I've ever known. You think I bust my behind every day because I love you? I do it because I'm your father. I owe this to you. I have this responsibility towards you. Before we put you on this, and I'm paraphrasing, you know, that's Fences, Viola Davis and Denzel Washington. Before we put you in this world, you know, your mom and I, that's something we worked out, and loving you wasn't part of the deal. It wasn't part of the bargain. You think my boss pays me because he loves me? No, because he owes me. So make sure in life, you don't worry about whether people love you or not. You just worry about whether they do right by you. You understand what I'm saying? So Sa didn't do right by Chris, MVP Harris. And what does he do? Overseas, well, no, he didn't call me, but, you know, texting me, you know, texting the brothers in another continent. What are you talking about Chris and Bless for, man? If you have to call somebody on another continent, telling him, well, if blah, 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 we're gonna go in at him. And the dude's not even on the panel, totally ignoring me because I have a situation with the dude. You know what I'm saying? You're a snake, man. You're a snake. Man. So hold on. That's a good question. What did he tell you for 40 minutes? HOE. Going in on who? Wait, explain that again. To make the long story short, he had some grievances with Sanetta, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, if blah, 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 we're going to go in on him. He was ready for the beef tube. He was ready. He was prepared for the beef tube. You know what I'm saying? But wait, why did Chris want you to go outside? Ask him, brothers and sisters. I mean, hey, if he's truthful, he may tell you, or he may not tell you out of loyalty. Oh man, when 50 was going at Supreme. Well, in real life, that would be Supreme, but in a movie, that's, Majestic. I think the guy's called Majestic. Portrayed by the British actor of, I think he's of Ghanaian of Nigerian descent. I recall his name, but But still, why did he want you to go after San? Well, one thing though. First thing he says, can he keep a secret as a brother? He said, as a brother, I'll behave like as a brother toward him, man. But we clearly see from the beginning, he's on the panel and somebody says he doesn't give a F about my child. And on the screen, you can see that the dude accused me of touching my daughter. He's like, and. Oh, let me do something. I don't do the YouTube. That's not behaving as a brother. But hey, I'm going to keep my promise. If he wants to tell it, he can say. I'm sure Sar's going to ask him, what is that, Frenchie? Huh? What is that, Frenchie? But I think Sar knows. Seeing the timing, you've seen the date. You've seen the date, so, you can put the 2 and 2 together. Sar knows exactly, what he did and did not do. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. Yeah. So you mean not only did Shaka almost have problems getting paid, but Chris, I ain't saying what the problem was. It's not for me to say. The dude talks about Chris and blood. He knows how to handle his business. He's street smart, right? He's street savvy. So he knows what's up. I mean, would he need to call me all the way over money issue? Was that when Chris was getting fame for running from Pastor Bennett debate? Well, I supported him, yeah. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't believe that. Oh, yes, it will circle back indeed. Drop the link, please. Yeah, let me drop the link. I think I made my point, man. I made my point, man. Link to get on the panel. So I was gonna backhand somebody tonight. You snake acting like you down with us with the HOK, and you called him Frenchie last month. Snake, you ain't gonna have no more debate. Just gonna be a caller, regular caller now, demoted. Oh my goodness, man. I've shared the link, man. I'm not planning on being long. So we've been hiding, brother.
Yeah, wow, man. Yeah, man. This is quite illuminating, man. I mean, first of all, I mean, I have to laugh at it. I gotta laugh at it because, I mean, first of all, like I said to Shaka Amos, he's in New York. How are you in Think about this, Shaka, and everybody else. You in New York, we just saw them up the street from each other. We just saw a video of them after the debate on the corner talking, making fun of you, of all people. So how could it be that Shaka Amos would go on a panel to have somebody be like, yeah, I was supposed to get paid. I still ain't get paid yet. When do these dudes ever go directly to the source themselves? When do they do? See, that's what I find corny.
That was the same night, though. You see, that was the same night of the debate.
Yeah, but still, look, being on the panel. Okay, no, you don't understand what I mean by go straight to the source, man. I'm like, I don't understand how these dudes get down. I'm like, you tell me you're gonna pay me $1,000, right? And it's not about the money, but you tell me you're gonna pay me $1,000, and then all of a sudden, after I do what you say, you don't answer the phone, or you don't have that $1,000, dude. You just went the wrong direction with that conversation.
And it's the second time.
You just already went down the wrong road with that, because that means you think I'm a sucker. So when you make a deal with me, that's the deal. You don't start changing the deal. That's like saying, man, come on. Everybody knows this, man. Everybody knows this. You contract somebody to do some work on your house. They come with their labor. They come with their tools necessary. Then they telling you how much it costs. They probably giving you a discount, and then you say, all right, I'll do that for you based on who you are. I'm gonna do that for you. And then after you do it, then they leave you on hold. Yo, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. And the best, how I usually deal with it. See, I have a personal philosophy, man. My philosophy is, if you ever go down that road with me, that means you think I'm a bitch. Like, that's how I take it literally. I grew up in in my town, my neighborhood, where that's how everybody think. And people don't have no problem smashing somebody's car window in just for fun. Just for fun, man. I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes to get people to understand. Don't play around with people's money. Even more, don't play around with people's emotions. And guess what? And when you don't do it that way, you end up in a much more worse situation. You're going to be living that other life the whole time. And so now we see Shaka almost Mr. Tough Man, but Sarnetta got him wrapped around his finger, man. He ain't got to pay him. Then you find out more people just keep going over there, and no matter what. And you live in France. What he doing? Man, you live in France. What happened to Mr. Frenchie? You see, this kind of shit is like, yo, man. And like you said, you called him a brother. You actually reached out to him. You put out a whole show about him. That's wrong. Treat him that way, blah, blah, blah. And then you go out here and he's sitting on a panel where dude is talking about your kids and your wife. Yo, nobody, look, Sarnetta, fuck your money. Your money ain't shit. I would never compromise my principles for $1,000 or any amount of money. And see, this is the problem with these guys. They sit there with a dude toying over them over promised money, messing with their own ethics and morals. Unless they just don't have no ethics and morals about that anyway. And we like to get into this thing where we pick and choose, where it's like, you know what, I'm your brother, but this time it's not about that. It's just about me. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. No, that doesn't work. That's not community. Community doesn't work where I'm my brother's keeper, or I live in a community, in a neighborhood, on a block, and we look out for each other. And then all of a sudden, I'm just looking out for me with no warning. Now it's me time. That doesn't make things safe. Things only stay safe and right when everybody's doing their part. You see? So I'm just like, and also, I don't know what the hell was said about DC, but one thing I can tell you is that most dudes that come from not just my generation, because the younger generation is even more crazy. But from my generation, I can guarantee you, nobody from DC gives a fuck what you think. I'm just saying that. That's how them brothers get down in DC. That's how we all learn how to get down. That's how we get down in the jail system, and that's how we get down on the street. Like, period. And we known to be some cool ass dudes. We don't care where you come from. We cool with everybody. But it's exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's where you at. And it's where you at. And you know what? It's just like it's just like you learn how to treat people fair, because when you start playing with people's money, that be your life, dude. You start playing with somebody's, making people guess where you stand on shit. That could be your life. People need to know where you stand. That's what I'm gonna say on it, yo.
Yeah, and you gave an example of people doing work in the house. There's many videos in America and in England where the workers didn't get paid. They destroyed all the stuff that they did. So it's like that. All the work that they did, they destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? Like I'm going to chase you? Yeah, go ahead, Killer B. Oh, let me just say this, Killer B.
Chris lied about money.
Yeah, let
me.
Okay, go ahead.
When Chris was supposed to give me those receipts on JJ 7000, right? He was just getting in good with Sarnetta. So he said, fuck Killer B. That's who he's supposed to give it to. I'm the man. Just like if it's some child molestation shit going on Sarnetta, y'all supposed to give it to Shaka. That's who's supposed to get it. Not Sarnetta. Sarnetta is the cause of all of it. Sarnetta is the one that promotes all the bullshit, right? Now, he said, after I cussed him out, he said, well,
well, Sonetta gave me $400 for it. That nigga was lying like a motherfucker. When the debate came up, he threw the debate. Now, the reason he said he threw the debate because Sonetta didn't pay him no money. Sonetta got right on the stream and said, nigga, I ain't never promised you no money. We never talked about this money, no money, and I ain't never gave you no money.
But
I never gave Chris Harris no money.
Hold on, Hilubi, let us get some understanding. You're talking about the Pastor Bennett debate, right?
Right.
Okay, so Chris said that he was paid $400 for that. Is that what he said?
No, he was paid $400 for the receipts. JJ 7000 getting locked up for choking a white girl up, right?
Oh, so
that's the excuse he gave me. I said, so you sold me out for some money?
So okay, hold on. So you're telling me that Chris MVP Harris, Mr. Decorum,
he's not about the beefing.
He's not into the
but
beefing.
He gave Sonetta those receipts to go at JJ.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know that. You learn every day. Now I understand why JJ feels some type of way, but okay. Are you still there, brother Kilobi?
I'm here, yo.
I think it's his connection. But here, I just want to answer. Texas Obama wrote, it was my birthday weekend, so excuse me, but did you have another conversation with Smalls? No. He said he'd get back to me. I'll wait for him to get back to me. And, if he does, it's great. If he doesn't, life goes on. For the record, I found it very ironic that Sa came to the channel and made those despicable remarks soon after the two of you spoke. Oh, it wasn't soon after, We haven't spoken in 5-6 months, you know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, we had some exchange on Judge's panel where we said expertise at each other, but it didn't last long because a lady put me on the panel. So
hold on, what are you talking about? Texas Bama talking about something else, I think, man. He's talking about the remarks just a couple of days ago. I think.
But then soon after the two of you spoke, and it's not soon after we spoke. Sign now we haven't spoken in like months, except that time. Yeah,
a couple months.
Yeah. Well, I would say a bit more, but then I think last time, a couple of months. Well, I would say more longer than that, but Oh, okay. No, with Professor Small. Okay, Ronnie, that's second the channel. Oh, yeah, but I understand now. Yeah, Texas Bama is saying that she finds it ironic that Scam Cheddar came to my channel. Well, it's ironic, but I guess he's under pressure. I guess he's under pressure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was mad because we're clowning him. We showed to the world that he's a punk. He won't get on the panel, and he got in his spinning. So then he resorted to, what I'm saying, the name calling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what, brothers and sisters? I'm going to make another live stream to show you that Senator disrespect people's children, but when some people showed something about his own child, he called the FBI and the police. What's up, kiddo? Be feel free, brother.
I'm back now. So I don't know if y'all heard me before, but I said when JJ got arrested, the white girl reached out to Chris and gave him all the receipts, right? Chris promised me the receipt. That's who he supposed to give it to. Me and Chris supposed to be a team. And we supposed to be against the Colts, against all this bullshit, right? Get racism, everything, right? Instead of giving it to me, he lied and said he sent it to me. He never sent it. He sent it to Sonetta. And then he tried to make a fake email showing that he fake sent it to me, when the email clearly says he sent it to Sonetta. And then he made the excuse after I cussed him out. Well, Sonetta paid me $400 for it. So you lied about sending it to me. You knew damn well you was sending it to Sonetta, right? Not for the money. Not for the money, because he lied about that. He sent it to him because he wanted to kiss Sonetta's ass and being good with the House of Consciousness. And he hate on JJ 7000 He said, I gotta get this nigga out of here. Why you gotta get him out of here? For what? Right? So then the debate comes up. He throws the debate because Bennett was throwing out them receipts and shit, and he could know he couldn't compete. So he got mad and threw the debate and then said, oh, it's because of Sa Neter, he didn't pay me. Who get paid before the job, number one? Sa Neter did a live stream. He said, nigga, we never discussed no money. He said, I got you. He said, that's all I told you is that I got you. And I didn't mention no money, no nothing. He said, I never paid you no money ever. So that confirmed Chris was lying about the $400, right? So then the next day, he goes on Ivory Scales' channel, the one he called a thick lip black hole, right? Now he know he out of signed off the HOK for that bullshit. So now he got to go back and get in good with all the people he done dissed with Sa Neter again. He gonna act like it didn't happen. So he went up on there and then said, "Oh yeah, the reason I stopped the debate is because I'm going through a divorce with my wife."
Well, I heard him say that his wife texted him and said, "I want a divorce."
Now,
yeah.
Now show me a ring on this nigga finger. I could go back for years. And the girl he with was his child. He said was his childhood girlfriend. But this is the same woman that he brought on tour nights, and she just started talking to my main man Mike G from New York. Cause Mike G one of them thug niggas and shit. So she want a real nigga. So she was talking to that nigga, and he in the same crew as us. That's like me bringing my girl on here, and she just hit up V Bennett and shit, and then start talking to him. So how's that his wife? And we never see no ring on his finger. Never. No, Chris done been through 5 different religions in the last 4 years. Chris been 5 different religions in the last 4 years. Who knows what he can be on next? He can be a Hindu next year. You know what I'm saying? So it shows how he lies. Chris told me he was in the military. He told me he got a master's degree. Then he told me he got kicked out of college for selling drugs. So how do you do it? That's a whole bunch of shit that you say you done, nigga. That's a whole bunch of shit with not enough time. So if he got kicked out of college, I looked
He's living there with not enough time.
Yeah, I looked up. I'm the witch finder general, nigga. I find niggas. I'm the witch finder general. I'm not the witch hunter. I'm the witch finder. So find your ass. I ain't never seen no papers or nothing. I looked it up on Chris Harris being a all-star, all country, whatever the fuck they call that shit. I don't watch sports. Basketball player. I never seen it. So if you got kicked out of college, how'd you get the master's, nigga? Especially for selling drugs. If you got kicked out of college for selling drugs, you're not gonna get in no other school and get no goddamn master's unless some goddamn community college or some bullshit or one of them online joints. Then he talking about he went in the military, right? That nigga ain't do none of that shit. He said he was a Golden Glove boxer, championship boxer. He ain't never do none of that shit. I asked him if he wanted to fight Siberians and shit. That nigga backed the fuck off when you saw that big ass white boy hit that motherfucker punching back. And Siberians was a motherfucking amateur. That nigga only been boxing for 6 months. And he wanted to fight him. I said, yo, we can help out the children. We can do a community thing and stuff. All the money we get, we can donate it to the children. That nigga wouldn't do it. That nigga a straight liar. That nigga all cap. And a girl said, yeah, Chris told me he was in the military. That nigga was in a fucking military. That nigga was not in no, just like he told me, engineer. That nigga ain't no motherfucking engineer. When I hear that nigga zipping boxes open and you hear the tape, you know that gun, the little handle thing, where you tape the box, you hear that fucking tape rip, like that motherfucker, you can hear it. And the lady came and said, Chris, can you bring these boxes over here and shit? Since when the engineer fucking boxed up shit and driving forklifts. That nigga all cap. Know what I'm saying? Every time he get beat at his head, he cries. Like literally cries. Anybody can tell you. Y'all don't know, my guy.
No, man. You know, anytime you have a guy that tells you, that hires you for a service and doesn't pay you when they say they're going to pay you, that puts all your talk. That means all that shit you've been talking, that goes out the window with that too. You ain't serious about shit. You have to be serious about at least your money. At least that. And when, especially when you're doing work, when you're providing a service, that's the first, you know, that if that's the epitome of taking you serious. When you do work, you get paid on time. You know, it's the same thing as the phone.
NDAs, all that shit. So I'm like, what kind of business he doing?
Hold on, Killer B. So Sa promised him $400 for the receipt about JJ's domestic.
No, Chris said he received the $400 from Sa Neter.
Okay.
For the receipt.
How many years you known him, Chris?
I know Chris since goddamn going on 10 years now. Probably going on 10 years.
All right.
I've been doing YouTube, the Killer B channel. Been up for like 3-4 years, and then about 6 years, about 6, maybe 7 years, something like that. Because I've been out the coke for like 4 years now.
That's too real.
About 2 years.
Okay.
Well, you know, Killer B, hold that thought. Let's hear from Too Real, and then we can hear from Young Hero. Too Real, what's up?
Nah, I'm at work, man. I just had a question, real quick, Shaka. If that's cool. I don't know.
When did I know about the mighty Hebrew?
I was gonna jump on the panel and talk to you about that, but I didn't have time. But I wanted to ask you because I heard you talking about Sa Neter talking about, you know, doing inappropriate stuff in front of kids. I wanted to ask you if you ever seen the episode with Inky where he exposed that when Sa Neter was on there with Polite, he was looking at pictures of like inappropriate pictures with the little girl right there.
I stream about that. I showed the footage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that made me think about that. I was like, man, I know that's crazy, man. You know, that he would bring up something like that when, you know, he got caught looking at pictures with a little kid right there. You know?
Yeah, Polite's daughter sitting on his lap, and when he was busted, instead of saying, "I'm sorry, I apologize," you're not supposed to see that. The dude cursed everybody out, except Polite. So you know, but hey, Young Hero, feel free to speak, brother.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man.
I didn't really catch everything, but you know, Chris is a little sucker. You know, you could tell by this guy character, he's soft. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them guys, man, they either was in some biblical narrative nonsense, or they all full of it. You know, they all act the same. They all two-faced. They all snakes. They always used to beef with each other. You know, like I said. I got around 1:45. I got some more to expose. You know what I'm saying? Because it's never ended. It's never ending with these guys, man. About Lex Vortex exposing Sa Neter, or Sa Neter talking bad about Shaka or Moso. Everyone, like I said, bro. All of these guys is fake. They know what it is, but everybody playing games because they trying to benefit of Sa Neter platform. That's all it comes down.
They desperate for a little debate money, man. They running in circles over peanuts.
It's a shame, man. But yeah,
man. Oh.
That's what I'm here though. It's nothing new. I'm just listening. But yeah,
I'm out of my mind. I'm losing my brain cells, yo. Just off of the craziness, man. Like just off of this crap. I feel like, you know, I've been taking drugs or something. Listen to, you know, you get your brain gets a little whacked out from hearing this stuff, man. Really, it's like I'm serious, man. Like I don't know, this is disgusting stuff, man. Yo, man, I don't know, but yeah, Yeah, I'm just sick of it, dude. I'm sick of hearing about it almost at this point. I'm like, you know, I really think we just have to, it's easier to just call a sucker and a chump, and understand that some people are chumps and do each other this way, man. And just, you know, let them kill each other, let them destroy each other, because it's much easier when you don't do things that way. When you just keep your word, do things solid. If you don't like somebody, you know how to tell them you don't like them in a respectful way, and you move on with your business. You ain't got to mess with them no more. But all of this stuff is just about just people not knowing what to do ever. Always being in a bad cipher with other bad people that talk about each other, bicker, screw each other over, scam each other, scam everybody else. It's like, man, ain't nothing but the wrong rules. Nothing but the wrong rules, man. You know? And Shaka, I think you just got another learning lesson about, like, well, still though, I like how you give people a long leash. I like how you give people a long leash, and that's necessary too. And actually, they think they fooling you when you give them a long leash. That's the thing. So I don't have no advice for you, bro. Just keep it up. Keep up the keep doing what you're doing. You know.
I'm back. Let me neck on 24/7.
But brothers, I will live stream in a few minutes just to show the people that even though Sanada has no problem disrespecting people's children, when his daughter was in the mix, because from what I understand, he forgot to turn off his live stream, and somebody was dancing, and he called the FBI and the police. So I'm like, dang, like, you know, your child is superior to the other people's child, you know?
But notice this, Shaka.
Yeah.
He called the police on the channel, right? If something like that happened, you wouldn't hit no goddamn live stream button. You go straight to the police. Then afterwards, after the thing, he said, yeah, my wife is going to go to the precinct. My wife is going to go to the FBI. But earlier, he already said he went to the FBI and the police.
I saw him saying on tape. Yeah, and I think it's on Young Hill's channel. I've shared it in my community timeline. And he said, yeah, he said, I already contacted the FBI. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know.
But you know what? What if they just said, what if he went in that police station, right? And was like, yeah, man, they exploiting my child. It's child exploitation. Help me. What y'all going to do about it? It's my child. And what if they just played back a little clip of his tape where he's like, fuck your child, fuck your and all that shit. Yeah, you see? Yeah. What if you realize the police officer that takes the case is somebody you done said all that shit to, their cousin or their brother? What if you find that out, boy? What if you find that out, boy, with the big mouth? You see what I'm saying? What if you find out that your civil servant is related to the person you went out there on the internet and just put all this bad information bullshit out? You see, it's a small world. It's a small world. You see, that's really how the world really works. You see? So you know, just watch yourself.
All right. Well, thank you. I will be in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much for being there. Thanks to everybody who gave me the seats, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man.
Videos out, Shaka.
Come again?
I put in the back chat.
Yeah, I've shared it. Look.
The videos I put in the back chat.
Yeah, I've shared them.
Oh, okay. That's from Trey Tell. Trey Tell funny as hell. That's a funny ass dude, yo. He brung Chris Harris into Tour Nights. Chris Harris begged him to be part of Tour Nights and came in Tour Nights and disrupted, try to take it over. Didn't know nothing about no Hebrew Israelite. And try to come in there and take over the whole group. And it didn't work. Especially when I came back. Did something about it. Because I shut it down quick with one video. That nigga like, who's this Killer B guy? Yeah, you find out the hard way, buddy. You find out the hard way. And how did he find out all this goddamn shit on me?
It is what it
is.
But
Trey Tell shows like how he was way back then. Trey Tell warned me. He said, don't fuck with that dude. That dude's a snake. Don't fuck with that motherfucker. Because I was done with the Hebrew Israelites. They were mad because I quit fucking with the Hebrew Israelites and shit. So Me and Chris kind of clicked up. And so it was like, don't watch what that dude gonna do. Watch what he gonna do. And sure enough, the motherfuckers that don't like me warned me. People that hate my guts said, watch what Chris is gonna do to you. Watch. And now I be there, them niggas is right. Yep. But thank you, Shaka, for having me on and stuff.
Oh, it's my pleasure, brother. Brother, any receipts and all that. It's just that, I'm going to do another live stream and try to, move on with my studies as well.
Yep.
But thank you as always. Thank you, all of you in the chat, all of you came on the panel, and I'll catch you later, all right? Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the next channel, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I say facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do on the channel hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes, and here, that's the flyer. Okay, so those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool, but I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video Kemet and Maat before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Nature class. Hotep.